This is Season 7, Episode 148 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, Trucker Tim Cicciarelli.
Well, hello, friends, once again, and welcome to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicciarelli, and from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody at Stevens Transport, everybody who listens to this podcast, for all of your kind notes, your texts, your Facebook messages regarding the passing of my wife, Amy. I've taken some time off the last couple of weeks to grieve and take care of business, and I can't tell you how valuable that time off has been to me. Amy battled for almost 9 years with breast cancer. She was a warrior and an inspiration to me and provided me with the greatest love I've ever experienced. And I'm going to miss her. Again, thanks to Angela Horowitz and the entire Aaron family and staff at Stevens Transport for your kind words and thoughts and your prayers. And as hard as it is for me, I know my wife Amy would say, dry 'em up, Tim. Pull up your big boy pants and get back to work. So that's what I'm doing. Coming up here in episode 148, we have an incredibly inspiring story about a gentleman who came from another country, tried to make it here in America as an Uber driver, picked up somebody from Stevens Transport, and then started his own business as a contracted driver for Stevens. An amazing story, and it's on the way. We're going to keep you informed as to all things that are taking place within Stevens Transport with our June 2025 newsletter. We have a safety reminder from our safety supervisor, Terrence Burgess, and we're going to kick off this episode with another segment in our Journey to a Million Miles. Let's visit Eric Miller, our lead instructor at the Stevens Academy, on our Stevens Roundtable. Here in Season 7, we have a brand new series for you. It's called Journey to a Million Miles, and this series is designed to educate those thinking about becoming a driver for Stevens Transport in particular, because we're going to share with you the steps we have here. Everything from the time you think about becoming a driver to the time you become a member of the Hall of Fame, the HAUL of Fame, and log a million miles, the entire journey. And joining us now is a gentleman who is integral in one of those steps in becoming a million miler, a Hall of Fame, someone who's enjoyed a lucrative career as a driver. You can thank this gentleman, Mr. Eric Miller. He's a lead instructor for Stevens Academy. Eric, good to see you again, buddy.
Nice to see you again. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing well. And I'm really grateful you'd participate in this new series, because we think this is going to be very resourceful for people thinking about becoming a driver for Stevens and changing their life and in their career. And, you know, the thing that we hear from new drivers when they come to Stevens and they're on the podcast, why they chose Stevens is because of the training.
Yes.
Is because of the school.
Yeah, almost everything I hear is the reviews online.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really happy with that because most of the people, they fill out surveys and it's always reviews. I got someone who works here. So they went through your school, and they said, go to that academy. It's the best one in the country.
That's a word of mouth on top of just plain reviews, right? I mean, it's world class. We know that, and you're a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
It must be really wonderful for you to know that you've helped launch, I would guess, thousands of careers with drivers that have come to the
I've been doing this for quite a few years. Here at Stevens, I've been lead instructor for 7.5, almost 8 years.
Yeah, it's a lot of drivers.
That is thousands. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot of drivers. So if you wouldn't mind, Eric, I would love for you to kind of just spell out for somebody who's thinking about becoming a driver what that process is like. Once they finally sign, say, yeah, I'm going to be with Stevens and I'm going to be trained by Stevens, what happens?
Well, we walk them through that process. They'll be talking to the recruiters and then the recruiters get them to us.
Yeah.
When they get to that school, then it's a lot of paperwork at the beginning, but it's got that goal in mind. There is nothing that we do at the school that's not necessary. So there's paperwork at the beginning, getting that CLP, commercial learner's permit, and then getting with those wonderful instructors. Those people, they've got a heart of gold, every one of them. And that's what those reviews are based off of, is when you get out there on that hill and out there on that road, those instructors, how much they care, it shines through in what they're doing. Because that's the feedback that I get directly from those students when they pass, and I've had people come out of the trucks doing cartwheels, literally doing cartwheels coming out of that truck.
That relief they must feel. They're like, oh, we did it, and I passed, and it's thanks to this guy, this girl, this person, everybody.
They go around and they thank everybody that had a part in that. And it's like, hey, you helped me with my back, and you helped me with my pre-trip. I couldn't have done that road. I kept hearing your voice in my head when I was going down the street saying, stop at those lights, and green means go, because they get nervous out there, and they make a lot of mistakes that you wouldn't normally make because there's a lot of nerves, a lot of tension.
You could see why.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean, you're driving a monster out there.
Yeah. Well, there's that. They get over those nerves within the first day or two.
How about that?
But then comes the test. And because they've got a lot riding on the line, we understand that people put their lives on hold.
Yeah.
And they're here for the customer service experience. Yeah. Our goal is to help them out because the bills are stacking up. We understand that. They've set some money aside to get through the school, and it is a process. And it takes weeks and weeks to get through all of this.
How many weeks
The average is about 4 weeks, really. Okay. And it depends on your skill levels. Some could take a little longer. We've had some come in just a little bit less, but there's lots of mandates that the government has out there that are good mandates that the school follows. And we also have our own curriculum that, is part of the Stevens process. Yeah. And it's to make sure everyone's prepared. We're getting them ready for that next phase. When they get that CDL, then they're moving on to orientation. They're heading out with the road trainers, and then they pick up where we left off, and they continue that training, turning them into real truck drivers.
Yeah, that's our goal right there.
Our goal is to get them that CDL so they can move on to that next step.
What happens in the classroom? What type of activities or what's the curriculum like?
Well, lots of studying. So we're giving them the material there's 4 different kinds of written tests they have to pass. Now they can also choose to have their commercial learner's permit on hand when they show up, or we can help them get it. And we also can do that on site. A lot of people have to go to the state facilities to get that CLP. We are able here at Stevens to do all that in-house.
Turnkey. That's nice.
Yeah, we do everything. So we get your CLP, we can test you for your CDL. We got all of that taken care of. So it makes the process a lot smoother, a lot faster. People were waiting months for appointments to take their test, and we got you.
Yeah, not here.
Nah. Here you're set. We'll get you through.
What type of study materials do they have? Is it books? Are they pamphlets? Are there videos? Is it audio? How is it all?
Well, the books that we hand out, the main source is based off of the CDL handbook. Is the Texas CDL handbook. They can look it up online. It's a PDF. They can start browsing it. Even if they don't want to get their CLP before they come here, they can start reviewing that material, start being prepared.
Good.
And the recruiters will suggest that too. Is, hey, get in there and start reading that material. Get prepared for it.
Is that something that they have to purchase?
No, it's a free PDF online.
All right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to include a link to that PDF in the episode notes. So those listening might be interested. There's a resource for you. When you get someplace safe, just scroll down and they'll have a link there for you to go ahead and download that.
Yep. Start reading that. And then, like I said, we'll also provide that with a physical copy when you get here. And so we'll coach you through it. We know what kind of questions that the state focuses on. So we'll guide you in the right direction. Hey, make sure you focus on this and make sure you read that 10 times. Don't read that once.
Highlight that, baby. Underline it and read it and know it. Dream it.
Yeah, because we know what's going to be on that test. So you follow the path that we lay for you, and then it'll walk you right there to that CLP.
Everything you just said, that last sentence, follow the path that we lay for you, in 7 seasons of this podcast, that seems to be the golden rule. Work hard and just follow the steps on a proven formula. That will get you to that 1,000,000 miles and make a lot of money along the way.
Absolutely. I had a student say that it's like a recipe. So he said, man, I followed everything you said, right down to doing the maneuver for the test as he's backing. He said, it's like a recipe. I just follow all the steps. I put all those ingredients in there in the order in which you say to do it. And it baked me a CDL. So,
it baked me a CDL.
That's right. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, for one. And two, why try to reinvent the wheel? We're talking 44, almost 45 years of how to do this.
Yeah.
We
got it figured out.
It's figured out. It really is. It seems, there's no question it's difficult because you got to study, you got to learn, but you don't have to, don't reinvent it. Don't reinvent it. Just do it.
Yeah.
And you'll be successful.
That's it.
Well, I believe that you have eased a lot of nerves for those thinking about, the unknown of what the steps are for that journey to 1,000,000 miles. And so again, we thank you for being with us. Eric Miller, lead instructor for the Stevens Academy. And we're grateful that you took the time to be part of the show.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, let's shift gears into a safety reminder from our safety supervisor, Mr. Terrence Burgess, who sends out a weekly email to keep us all updated on what's happening with safety and, like I said before, to remind us of some things we probably already know, but it doesn't help to be reminded. This week, Terrence wants to remind us that truck accidents on freeways occur more frequently at interchanges, particularly on curved exit ramps, more than any other location. In fact, trucks overturning on exit ramps at interstate interchanges account for 5 out of every 100 fatal truck accidents. Now, the best tool a driver has to avoid being the next statistic is trip planning and following their safe driving techniques. Let's go over the exit ramp technique. 10 miles below the posted speed limit, never to exceed 30 miles per hour. If the exit speed is not posted, the rule of thumb is to start with 30 miles per hour maximum and adjust based on the scenario presented. Truck rollovers are more likely to occur on exit and entrance ramps when the driver misjudges the sharpness of the ramp curve and enters the curve at an excessive speed. Did you know that braking in a curve can cause the wheels to lock up and the vehicle to skid? So why do we have an exit ramp technique in place? Well, exit ramps are not all the same, as we know. Some can be a straight exit, while others can be a cloverleaf exit. That's an exit ramp that loops around onto another road or highway. So by adjusting your speed to our recommended technique, this will allow you to be able to safely exit while controlling the equipment and be able to react to the motoring public all around us. By having a trip plan and knowing your route prior to starting your day, you will have a better knowledge of the route and the exits that you're going to be approaching, and you'll likely be more prepared to be in the proper lane as well before coming up to those exits. So when you have a solid trip plan, you're less likely to be searching for your next exit and are more able to focus on what's ahead of you and to be aware of your surroundings. Another safety tip from our safety supervisor, Mr. Terrence Burgess. Coming up, one of our driver spotlights, we pulled some audio from a video that you can find on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel, and I love this story, and you're going to love it too. It's about one of our drivers who came from another country, started out as an Uber driver, and then became a driver for Stevens Transport. It's the American dream taking place right before our eyes and facilitated by Stevens Transport. Please stick around for that. Also, you want to know what's going on in the month of June at Stevens Transport? We have our latest news bulletin right around the corner on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off-duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With 2 drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With 2 drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success. Your journey starts here.
Now more than ever, truck drivers are true American heroes. The men and women who literally keep America moving by delivering goods across the country. Being a professional driver is a rewarding, financially lucrative, long-term career filled with exciting adventures. A career where you'll never have to worry about job security. If you have your CDL and keep it up, it will sustain you for the long haul. You can see the country, serve your country, and provide a good life for your family. Whether you'd rather haul on a dedicated route or lane, or prefer working with one specific customer, if you want to own your business, we have a program that sets you up for success with all the tools and support you need. We've got opportunities in our intermodal rail division and have programs to help military veterans transition into trucking careers. We have second generations of drivers whose parents have driven for Stevens, who then trained their children and are now truck drivers. Some are even small fleet owners. So, whatever your dream is, you can achieve it right here at Stevens. If you're looking for a company with a 40-plus year track record that's never had a layoff and just had the largest pay increase in company history for both new and experienced drivers, Stevens Transport has you covered. We offer the finest tools and technology and provide our drivers with the best state-of-the-art equipment on the market. Our infrastructure will support you both on and off the road. As a driver for Stevens, you become part of our family. Many companies throw the word family around. We're family-owned, family-run, and family-driven. Our 40-plus years of success is built on family. At Stevens, you're not just a number. Our drivers are part of our extended family, and we recognize and honor them every chance we get. If you want to be among the top income earners among professional drivers, if you want great benefits, if you want to have every type of driving opportunity at your fingertips, if you want to be part of a company that will stand behind you and ensure your success, come join the Stevens Transport family today and become an American hero. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step toward your future career with the best trucking company in America. Become part of the Stevens Transport family today by calling our recruiting department at 1-800-333-8595 or apply online at stevenstransport.com.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicciarelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. If you wouldn't mind, when you hit your next stop, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible. If it's a platform with a podcast on it, we are there. And by following the podcast, you'll have a brand new episode waiting for you each and every week as soon as it's released. And if you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review. Tell us what you like about the show and what you'd like changed. We are producing this podcast for you to keep you educated, informed, and hopefully a little entertained as well. Time now for our driver spotlight. We're going to pull some audio from a video that you can find on our Stevens Transport YouTube channel. We will have a link to this video in the episode notes. This driver's story is an inspiring one indeed. He will be talking about his journey to the United States, from adapting to a new language to becoming a contract driver in the trucking industry with Stevens Transport. This driver discusses how he built a successful career and encourages others to consider the opportunities that trucking offers. This is the inspiring story of driver Samba Kamara.
My name is Samba Kamara. Usually people know me as Sega. My mom named me after my grandfather. So, born in Senegal and grew up in French. After Paris, I came to the United States 2002. So I was living in Rhode Island, married with 3 kids. So I moved to Texas, 5 years ago. So when I came to the United States, I was a cook, speaking only French. Working with a restaurant, I started dishwasher and go up to prep cook and go to cook and go to kitchen manager. So when I moved to Texas, helping my wife take care of the business, and after I tried to get a job, the pay is not what I was having before. I was doing Uber. So one day I just pick up Steven driver. I just say, you do Uber, you driving too much. If you go to truck, it's better for you. I say, yes. So that's the reason I get some more information. They give me a Steven business card. So I call here, get more information, and that's how I came. I went to Steven. I do my classes here. So I do everything here. It's a good thing too, because it's helping a lot of people that way. After my training, I drive with the company for 2-3 months. So after I go to contractor division. If you know how to drive safety, you can make money. If you guys want to be a contractor, don't think twice. Telling drivers, who want to be a contractor, don't be scared. Try for yourself. Something cannot work for me, it can work for you.
Thank you, Samba, for sharing your story, and we will have a link to that video in the episode notes. Time now to become informed as to what's happening in and all around Stevens Transport with our June 2025 newsletter.
Welcome to Stevens Transport News Bulletin. We bring you the latest updates in the transportation industry. Marking a key leadership move, Stevens Transport welcomes Scott Hall, new Executive Vice President of Sales, to the leadership team. Hall brings more than 3 decades of experience in transportation and logistics, including 15 years as Vice President of Strategic National Accounts at U.S. Express. There, he spearheaded high-impact initiatives that generated an impressive $375 million in revenue and drove consistent year-over-year growth. Known for his dynamic leadership and strategic vision, Hall will oversee sales initiatives across Stevens' diverse portfolio, including truckload, brokerage, intermodal, and food-grade tanker services. A proud graduate of Oklahoma State University and former Division I football player, Hall combines competitive drive with deep industry expertise. His wife, Jennifer, is a graduate of Baylor University and has dedicated many years to serving as a special education diagnostician. Scott and Jennifer live in McKinney, Texas, and enjoy traveling, live music, and pickleball. Hall's leadership marks a bold move by Stevens Transport to expand its national presence and elevate its customer partnerships. It's a heated summer competition that's not just about refreshing beverages, but also logistics excellence. The Coca-Cola Summer Sizzle Carrier Competition, which spans from the second week of May through Labor Day, has kicked off once again, and all eyes are on the core carriers vying for the top spot. Stevens Transport is a core carrier for Coca-Cola. We are awarded higher volume and more lanes, and that also means we compete at the most competitive level. A winner is announced weekly, and an overall winner will be named at the end of the summer. Last year, we won first place and are looking to do it again. We are scored directly by procurement on our performance on the primary lanes, on-time delivery, on-time pickup, and providing surge on those lanes. We also take as much secondary freight as possible. Winning this competition means strengthening our partnership with Coca-Cola, additional business opportunities, and remaining a contender for additional awards like Asset Carrier of the Year, of which we won in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Each week, we strive to hit as close to 100% on-time pickup and on-time delivery as possible. Stay informed and inspired by the stories that shape our industry. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Stevens Transport News Bulletin. Have a great day.
All right, let's pump the brakes on episode 148 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. If you found this podcast because you're searching for a brand new career, please make sure you visit the episode notes. We will have phone numbers and every link possible for you to learn more about Stevens Transport and even schedule a call with one of our recruiters. All the information is in the episode notes. And like we said earlier, please follow or subscribe to this podcast from whichever platform you're enjoying it from and share it with one of your fellow drivers. We sure would appreciate it. And finally, my name is Tim Cicciarelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, be safe out there. And thanks for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.